conference may have been my idea, but Jenny did all the work because VCs are super value add. Okay. Why VCs care about design, and this is a shameless plug for some great designs great companies that have great designs that we've invested in. We care about design for a number of reasons. One, great design puts you in the game, it drives traffic, and then it builds value. And what we've realized in the consumer apps as well as the business apps is that consumers are now one click away, if that. In the old days, companies used to OEM their way onto the desktop. So it was all about business development and how you could get there. And there was very little regard for the consumer. It was more about the business deals in the back end. But now the consumer comes to the forefront because the consumer, again, is one click away. And now the consumer has a design aesthetic. They will pay for great design, and not only offline, but online. I was going to put a picture of an iPhone here, but Hillel told me to take it off because it's too mundane in a conference like this, Steve Jobs. But Apple has taught us that what we expect offline, we should expect online. And so now consumers expect great design online. And they also expect great design not only from their consumer sites, but from their business websites. And this has really changed the game, and I think this is why so many people have talked about why design is now at the forefront and so interesting, and the little pink dot is really becoming and having so much more of an effect than we ever have. Panda update. How many people in the room know what the Panda update is? Oh, SEO Moz, thank you. They're the ones who told me to put the slide in, so you guys better put your hands up. The Panda update came from Google, and it was a recent update to the Google algorithm that actually killed a lot of traffic for a bunch of sites. And basically, Google is now saying design matters. Design plus content makes a great website. And it's not only just about the algorithm anymore. It is about real people sitting there looking at sites to say, does this make sense? Is this what the consumer wants? And design is critical here because Panda Update is now looking at time to load, the amount of text on the page, the size of the text on the page. So Google, who is driving so much traffic and SEO traffic, cares about design. Now, I've sat in a bunch of meetings and board meetings in the last couple of months after the Google update, and we talked a lot about Panda, and we had a lot of slides about Panda, and they did not have a cute-looking animal on it. They had a very depressing-looking slide where if you don't have great design coupled with your great content, you will lose traffic. Yodlee. This is what I always call a new interface on an old database. Yodlee is a site that has raised at least $100 million. It is a fabulous back-end database for consumer financial transactions. You probably don't know that much about Yodlee, but you probably know a lot about Mint. Mint took the Yodlee back-end and put a new interface on it, a designed interface that enabled the consumer to really use this product. So new interface on an old database and built $170 million worth of value, which they then sold to Intuit. Yodlee no longer powers the back end, now Intuit does. But it's a really good example of where design built all of that value, design and user interaction. Know your audience. I love to look at logos because so many of the companies spend so much time on naming the company and what the name is. And the design and the logo matters. And it's really important that when you design your site, you think for the future, but you focus. Photogram for girls, Toontastic for kids, Gilt Group for women, high-end luxury. If your site looks like this, you better be catering to 15 to 23-year-old guys. If it looks like this, and this is a great site that actually is catering to gamers and young men. If your site looks like this and you want to reach soccer moms, your designers are your devs. Your devs are your designers, sorry. And lots of sites need designers. Are you a designer and you've shipped? We'd love to talk to you. And if you want to work in a startup, come see me.